My grandfather squeezes lemons with his cracked hands and a suit he's worn for years. His worn years, he's worn out, wearing these suits for so long, it's all torn up. And my grandmother sits beside her stove, her throne. Her back's thrown, but she's talking, and now she's up and walking. Opens a pot of kindness, lets the steam fall out alongside her 5-foot frame, both ways. Pours me a bowl of "this will soothe your throat," fills me with kindness. Now, I ask my grandfather to tell me a story about Hamadan, nudges me a glass of citrus-filled love, doesn't know how to say it, so taste it, drink it before it goes bitter, to stop me from asking questions. And so my grandmother etches his stories with the quill that is her mouth, inscribed into her like a good book she's known for over 50 years. My grandfather silently leaves the kitchen. This is the part of the story where my grandmother, the omnipresent narrator, takes the quill from her mouth and singes its tips on the stove fire. Hot whispers pour out of her mouth, how when she was 22 and went to English school, but he stopped her from going. A woman must tend to the children. In broken English, she says, fanaticism. My grandmother speaks in a broken tongue, but the word she knows is fanaticism. Fanaticism lives and breathes in the place my mother fled from, somewhere between the border of Iran and Pakistan. We didn't know which side we were on. My mother told me when the soldiers found them on that patch of desert no man's land where refugees dragged themselves through, she didn't know whose side they were on. But it didn't matter. Either way, illegally leaving one country or illegally entering another, double-edged gun. And she remembers hiding in some shrub, praying to die. Double-edged gun, make it quick, slick, hot blood running through your veins so thick. Which fight you gonna pick? You see, that's the trick. You got two choices. One, stay in your country, become a slave to the system. Two, leave your country, but risk being another victim. She'd heard stories of people who had disappeared in no man's land. Homeland. Home is a place that is filled with kindness. War is my roommate Nargis, who can't call her family, so she waits for their call. War is she missed the call. War is her ringer was loud, but not loud enough as we walked through the park to get some relief. Lovers having picnics, kids playing with water guns, and our neighbor enjoying your summer as he footsies a soccer ball. War is to watch lovers picnic and kids water gun. The dissonance, the parallel reality colliding in your body. Your body is here, your body is here, your body is here, but your soul is there. You are split, suspended between missiles and water guns. And how's your summer, neighbor, while your neighbor's getting bombed? War is my boyfriend Gilad, who calls his dad every time they run to shelter. War is his father smelling in the crisp dawn breeze after another late-night missile run, chuckling, the Jerusalem air. Because humor, too, is a weapon. War is waking up, going to bed, waking up, going to bed, waking up, going to bed, checking the news. War is our friend's childhood neighborhood in Tel Aviv that was bombed. War is my mother's childhood neighborhood in Tehran that was bombed. Hecuba in Trojan War says, this is why you come to us speaking of your regret and sympathy, talking of civility. Why is it at the end of war, the victor can imagine nothing better than to remake the conditions that are the cause of war? The general of this army that has murdered my husband and my sons, destroyed my home and my city, torn down all our houses, put an end to whatever pretense there might have been before, that there is any kind of nobility in war. This is the brutal man who will have my daughter. War is where hardness lies. War is where fanaticism breathes. But war is where hope fights. War is the battle between beliefs of ideals or realistic concessions. Here's my reprise. Double-edged gun, make it quick, slick, hot blood running through your veins so thick. Which fight you gonna pick? You see? That's the trick.